Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. It is Tuesday. Oh, I burped while saying that. It is Tuesday. Hope you guys are having a wonderful start to the week. I know I am. Hope you guys enjoyed all the content over the weekend, all the streams, all that good stuff, man. And yeah, man, it's another week. The year is flying by. My goodness, we are already almost in October. Hopefully, man, shit starts to cool down. I don't know about where you guys live, but it has been weirdly, like one day it'll be like cold and then it rains and then it's hot and then it's like muggy and oh man, weather's been all over the place, bro. It doesn't know what it wants to be, if I'm being straight with you. So yeah, man, it's been absolutely wild. We have some crazy scenarios for you guys today for today's episode. I am so backlogged in scenarios. Your boy is going to do a full scenario episode for today. So let's get right on into it. There'll be no thread. We're just going to get right into the scenarios, baby. All right. So we got our first one, and we're coming in hot off the beginning. Partner is into minors. Yo. What? All right, let's see what's up. I, 21 female, found out my partner, 22 male of 2 years, is into minors and was looking at images of them on his phone. Since then, I've been taking all the hours I can at work to save up and move away from him. The only part is I'm not sure how I can safely end things with him while he thinks that everything is all right. I still have about 2 months until I'll be ready to leave. I just need to be able to break things off in a safe manner. Question: how do I leave with a man? With a man into minors safely? Well, look, if you believe that that he's gonna do a whole thing of not letting you leave, he might get aggressive, he might get physical, whatever the case may be, you move out with the cops present. And yes, you can do this. You call the police, like when you're ready to move out, you go ahead and you break the news to them, you know what I mean? And, you have officers right there ready, bro. You know what I mean? I mean, if it's to that extreme, obviously don't do this if you feel like he's not going to really be physical with you or stuff like that. Either that or have family with you. Have your dad there, have your brothers there, have some guy friends that you trust there. You're going to have to outnumber him in those kind of ways. And then again, if you don't have guy friends, or if you don't have your dad in your life, or you don't have brothers, if you don't have these avenues, then obviously go the route of the police and be like, yeah, these officers are here because I am breaking up with you, I am moving out and leaving. They are here to just make sure that I leave safely and you can't do anything to me. Physical, try to make sure that I don't leave, whatever the case may be. And that's how you do it. Is that extra? Is that doing a lot? Yes, but you got to put your safety first. And I think a lot of women don't do that. A lot of women don't take this extra step to do this. And it's like, you need to do that, because these dudes, like, there are guys who sit there and they will literally physically abuse a girl just because they want to leave the relationship. And then they sit there saying, I can't leave the relationship. Yes, you can leave the relationship. It's just the fact that you're not taking the extra steps that are necessary to actually fucking leave this relationship. You need to outnumber this dude, whether you have the police there, whether you have family there, whether you have guy friends there. Like, you need to put yourself in a position where you are safely able to leave. Either that, if you don't want to do, say you don't have family, say you don't have guy friends, Say you don't want to go the police route, call movers, have movers. And the movers will come and help you. Yes, that's going to be expensive, but I mean, what's the price for your safety? You know what I mean? What's the price of your safety? And those who try to sit there and say, oh no, the cops won't do that. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. If you are trying to move out of a spouse's home and you feel that, you know, you are going to be attacked for doing so, the police will be there. They will send an officer out to make sure that you get out of that home as safe as possible. And he'll be there literally supervising the entire thing. They will do that. Because if you are under that kind of threat, or even possibly under that kind of threat, they will do it. They will. Yeah, and so it's one of those things where it's like you need to put yourself in a position where he cannot physically stop you from leaving. All right, that's what you need to do. That is the situation you need to put yourself in. Because again, if you feel you're going to be in that position, I say there is no small feat that you need to take. Like, you need to go to the extreme. And that's why I said, you know, call the police, have a police officer there present while you are moving, have movers there, have friends, have family, outnumber this guy. You know what I mean? So he can't do anything while you're moving out. Because again, bro, he's got, according to you, since this is, you know, according to you, since you are phrasing it the way that you're phrasing it, I'm assuming that it's because you feel that he's going to, you know, do something to you. So yeah, that would be my advice. If you guys have some advice down in the comments, definitely let me know. On to our next one. Am I the asshole for sleeping with my ex's friend? Oh shit, that's kind of fucked up. All right, so male 33 and my fiance, female 31, ended our relationship due to her constant infidelity. We had a lot of group outings with our group of friends. She is a nurse and had multiple affairs with people she worked with. Come on, bruh. You know what they say about nurses, and you sat here and wifed one? Bruh. God damn. After the breakup, I would still go out with the group as we always enjoyed the outings. Over the course of the last year, situations have occurred where I had the opportunity to sleep with a few members of the group. I was unaware the woman would share with my ex the encounters. I have received hateful texts from my ex saying, I am being extremely petty and rude for my actions. The group is still active as a group, going on multiple outings a month to a multitude of social events. The sexual activities have stopped as we all realize we are better friends and lovers. My actions weren't out of revenge. Things would just naturally occur. The ex is trying to make me feel like I've destroyed her friendships. Am I in the wrong here? Fuck no. Fuck no. I'm single. I can do whatever the fuck I want. And that's what you tell her. Like, hello, no, you don't get to say this anymore. You don't get to dictate, you know, what I do in my life anymore. No, thank you. We're not in a relationship anymore. So you can turn around and you can take that bullshit over there, because I'm a single man. I can do whatever the fuck that I want to do. If I want to fuck Shelby, I'm going to fuck Shelby. And I don't care if she goes and tells you. I don't give a shit. I'm laying that pipe down on Shelby, and Shelby gonna be sitting there like, yeah, hey, your ex-man was gouging this coochie out. You know what I mean? Hey, nah, there's no fucking, you get to tell me, you know, oh, you can't do this and you can't, bitch, get the fuck out my face. Nah, man, hey, you tell her, no thank you. No thank you. I am single and I can do whatever the fuck that I want to do. Fuck that bitch, bro. Like, you wanted to be a hoe while I was sitting here trying to make you a wife. That's crazy all in itself. Like, bro, and I guarantee you it was one of those things where he was trying to turn a hoe into a housewife. I ain't gonna cap to you, man. Because you gotta realize that a girl who does a lot of infidelity and sleeps with multiple men and all that kind of stuff, she's not going to change. That's always who she's going to be. It doesn't matter if she gets into a really good relationship and, you know, she's going to get engaged and all that kind of stuff. It's not going to change that, because the moment she gets mad, you guys have an issue in the relationship, things don't go her way, whatever the case may be, guess what she's going to do? She's going to feel the right to reserve, be like, oh yeah, you know, I'm sure I could hit up Chad and Kyle and all them. Bro, these niggas are just laying in the wait. And all she has to do is be like, hey, I want to come over and suck your dick. You know what I mean? And these motherfuckers going to be like, hell yeah. They're not going to be like, what about your fiance? Oh, what about your Nah, man. The fuck? They going to be like, psh, Addie. Hey, get the fuck out of here, bro. Come on, man. Hey, that's craziness. But yeah, bro. Tell her to fuck off. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. All right, on to our next one. Am I the asshole for snooping through my boyfriend's phone? Me and my boyfriend have been together a year. He started group therapy and I became anxious about him leaving me for one of the girls in his group. She is much prettier than me and seems more interested than me too. Oh, or interesting than me too. Anyways, I know that's unfair and I try to keep it to myself, but it got much worse when that girl texted my boyfriend and asked him if he knew anyone who could help her get into acting. He's a film student. He told her no and blocked her, telling me that he didn't ask for her number and she got it from a friend. This is where things got weird. He then tells me the next day his friend wanted the girl's number for acting since he is also a filmmaker. He asked me if he could give it. I said I didn't want him to, but he said he was going to because he felt like it was unfair to limit things regarding his profession because of our relationship. Anyways, fast forward a few weeks, I decided to look on his phone only to check his text with this friend and learned it was his idea to give the girl his number, or his friend's number, since he didn't want his relationship to interfere with his career, and then deleted the text to his friend, which I restored. Not only this, but I scrolled more and learned this girl had flirted with him by comparing him to an actor, and he never told me that, or told me, and he told his friend. He felt weird because that girl mentioned it in group, feeling like she had a hard time knowing how to navigate social situations without being direct, which he could relate to. He felt weird about this since she flirted with him. Anyways, he told me that he tries to be open with me, but blamed me since I always overreact, and also tells me that he learned from another friend in the group therapy that this girl actually does have a crush on him. He told me he would never interact with her with any film things his friend does with her, but I still feel like my trust is broken. Am I the asshole? I mean, I get why you're upset, because he didn't tell you, like, okay, for one, he bended the truth when it came to, because I don't think he lied. He just bended the truth. It was his idea to give her number to his friend. But I mean, then who cares? That's minuscule to anything that matters, if I'm being real with you. Like, who cares about that? I don't think he cheated in that. I don't even think he emotionally cheated in that. That's kind of dumb. As far as, like, you know, them talking in group and then him finding out that she has a crush on him and all that kind of stuff. Again, I haven't really seen anything that really dictates you wanting to break up with him or making it seem like, oh, he cheated or he's doing something that he shouldn't be doing. Now, could this open up things to happen in the future? Sure. I definitely could see that. I definitely could see, you know, it opening things to happening in the future. I could see that. But as it is now, I think you're overreacting, and I think you're the asshole in this, just because it's like, bro, he hasn't really done anything that warrants cheating or warrants him, deserving you to be upset at him or anything like that. Like, I don't even think he's even emotionally cheated, if I'm being honest with you. It's not like you guys found text threads between him and the girl. You know what I mean? It's not like they hung out after like the group and you didn't know about it or something like that. You know what I mean? Like, personally, from the information that you have given, it doesn't seem like he really did anything wrong yet. All right? And that's why I say yet, because we don't know if homeboy is going to do something. We don't know. You know what I mean? We don't know. He might do something. He might not. I don't know. You know what I mean? Because like I said, the whole like him finding out that she likes him, that could open things up to, you finding some text threads and you finding some things that you may not want to find. Yes, that could open that up 100%. But as of right now, he hasn't done anything wrong in my eyes, if I'm being honest with you. I mean, maybe you guys in the comments could make some sense of it. Like, and don't look at it like, oh, but he could do this and he can do that. It's like, think about it from what she's given right now, like from the events that have already happened. Is she the asshole for any of that? Because I don't think she's the asshole for looking through his phone. I mean, I think that's pretty normal. If they're the type of relationship where they have that, like, oh yeah, we look through each other's phone and it is what it is, then that's fine. I do what you're gonna do. But if it's a thing where she's looking for some kind of evidence of him cheating with this girl, she didn't really find it. If I'm being honest with you, she really didn't find it. She didn't find nothing. And I say yet because, again, with the information of him finding out that she likes him, that could open some doors. Because homeboy might be feeling himself and he might flirt a little bit back because he knows, like, oh yeah, if I flirt a little bit back, she's not going to say no. She's not going to, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I like I said, as what we know now, I think you're the asshole just because you're kind of blowing it out of proportion. You're overreacting. Over nothing. He didn't emotionally cheat on you. He didn't cheat on you. He didn't really do anything that bad yet. That's all I can say, because I can't predict the future. I don't know what dude's gonna do after this. You know what I mean? After finding out that homegirl likes her or likes him and all that kind of stuff, I don't know. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. Yeah, that one's definitely a weird one, just because it's like she didn't really give it enough time. You know what I mean? She kind of just sensed like, oh God, this girl likes my man. Oh my God, I need to go through this phone and just try to find any little tiny thing to justify what I'm feeling right now. Like, give it more time and then you might be able to find some shit that actually corroborates what it is that you are trying to, do. I don't know. All right, on to our next one. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend if he doesn't propose before the end of this year, I will start planning my future without him? All right, so I, 36 female, have been with my boyfriend, 36 male, for 5 years. When we started dating, I expressed to him that I wanted us to grow together and was dating to marry. He said he was more slow paced with everything that he does, and if he made it 5 years together, he'd feel comfortable proposing. Okay. We talked about this throughout the relationship, so this was well established and we'd both agree. Even though 5 years seemed a bit too long for me, I was understanding of him because his last relationship, which ended 2 years before we met, he'd bought a ring and she dumped him. Fast forward to now, we've been together all these years, and in that same time, we had a child together. Oh, wow. Yet he still never proposed. I brought it up earlier this year, how this is our 5th year together, and I would really like us to take the next step forward in our commitment and get engaged by the end of the year, our anniversary. He started telling me how he doesn't see the point and doesn't believe in marriage anymore because it's just a piece of paper and there's no need to get the government involved. I told him that wasn't the point, and this was about an expression of our devotion to one another and solidifying ourselves as family. I offered we could do a different type of ceremony where we didn't have to involve the government because this is not about that to me. He kept making excuses. I asked him where does he want to be in the next couple of years, and he said he just thinks about day to day. I told him if he doesn't get it together and propose by the end of the year, I will have to reevaluate his role in my life and make future plans that don't include him, since he is showing me that he doesn't want to be included. He said I'm an asshole for forcing him to propose and that he doesn't want to. I told him that's fine and he doesn't have to, but that I also don't have to sit around waiting for him, wasting my time on someone who doesn't want to grow old with me and do life together, marriage, family, etc. Yeah, bro. Yeah, I was against, I was kind of, I was on his side at first because it was one of those things where it's like, as the guy, we choose the perfect time to get engaged and get married to a woman and stuff like that. That's our lot. As far as the woman, she can't decide that. But as you mentioned, that was predetermined and that was agreed by you guys. So no, you can't sit there and say that because he agreed, you know what I mean? He came up with a timeline. He was like, yeah, I could see myself proposing to you in 5 years. He gave you a kid, for fuck's sake. Like, bro, you gonna give me a kid, but you can't give me a ring? And then on top of that, as I was reading it, I was like, well, I mean, you can give her a commitment ceremony. Yeah, commitment ceremony is pretty much the same thing. It's you guys have a wedding, you get married, you guys still have like a certificate kind of thing, but the government's not involved. And she was just like, well, why don't we just do something like that? I would be down for something like that because I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want to get married with the government involved because I personally think that's bullshit. I look at it like, bro, I ain't getting raked through the fucking coals by courts and all that shit. No, thank you. And I understand, the guy probably looks at it like, marriage, there's no like benefit for a guy getting married, because there isn't. There is no benefit for a guy getting married, if I'm being honest with you. There just isn't. There's no benefit to it. But the fact that she was just like, well, let's get married without the government involved, that goes to show me, hey, she's in this for me, baby. You know what I mean? Because if she had the point of contingency of like, oh no, I need this to be a marriage, a solidified paper marriage or whatever, then I'd be like, all right, nigga, run, bro, because I guarantee you this relationship's got a good another 5 years and she is gone. It don't matter. She is gone. But no, I mean, the fact that she's like, dude, we can get it done without the government and all that stuff. We're good, man. Like, I just want to be with you. I just want to be married to you. And yeah, I think he's the asshole in this one, most definitely. I mean, sure, we can sit there all day and say, okay, maybe he sees something in you that he doesn't like, and, he just doesn't see a marriage with you because of this XYZ reasons. Like, we could say that, sure, but my thing is my guy, you gave her a kid. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are living together. You gave her a kid. You guys are doing the shebang-a-bang. Like, just give her the fucking ceremony at that point. Like, I just don't see the point of it. Like, I have a coworker, and he had been with his girl for fucking ever, 10, 15 plus years, and they were in the same boat. They were living together. They had a kid. They were doing all that, and they just decided, what, like, we might as well get married. Like, we've been together for so damn long. We got a kid together. We're doing the dang thing. I don't want to leave you. You don't want to leave me. Like, we straight. And they did. And so I look at it like, bro, if you're not wanting to marry her, I think she's right in wanting to leave, Because for one, you're breaking the agreement that you guys had in the beginning where you guys were going to get married within 5 years. Two, you gave her a kid. That's wild. You give her a kid, but you can't give her a goddamn ring. That's wild. Like, what the fuck? And then three, she's willing to get married without the government involved. With those three things right there, I ain't gonna lie to you. I'd be like, yeah. I mean, as long as, she's not like withholding sex from you and, being naggy and all this kind of stuff. Because what I personally think it is that for him, there is something that he is seeing in her that he doesn't like. I guarantee you that's what it is. There is something about her that he's like, I can't see myself marrying this woman. I cannot see myself, committing or giving that kind of commitment to her. I don't know what it is. Obviously, only he knows. She is the one that wrote in, so obviously she's not going to know. But I guarantee you that that's what it is. There is something going on that he looks at it like there is something that, you're doing that I don't like, which is holding me back from wanting to give you that kind of commitment. I truly think that that's what it is. And obviously that's up to her to figure that out. But I do not think she's in the wrong, though, for wanting to leave if he doesn't want to propose. I don't think she's wrong for that at all. I just don't. I think she's well, within her rights to do that because, bro, you committed to that agreement in the beginning of the relationship. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. I mean, I ain't gonna lie to you. If I had a kid with a girl, and everything was going smooth and all that kind of stuff, yeah, I'd probably marry her right then and there because I'd look at it like, bro, we pretty much got the hardest part of life like out the way and we still love each other and everything's still solid. Like, my thing is, if you can live with a girl and you can, I wouldn't say have a kid, but like if you guys can like take care of a living being together and not rip each other's head off, then I think, yeah, you guys are very suited, to be, take it to that next level of like being married and having that kind of commitment and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like if your girl is still giving you sex and she's still, doing what she's supposed to be doing, then yeah, I could see it. But if your girl's nagging and withholding sex and doing all that kind of stuff, because I guarantee it's something like that, and that's why he's not trying to marry you. Because I guarantee you, if you were doing everything you're supposed to be doing and the relationship was as perfect and hunky-dory as she's saying it is, he would have been married you. But I think there's something going on in there, and I think only he knows. So, again, let me know what you think about that one in the comments. That one's kind of a bit of a crazy story. But yeah, let me know what you think about it. On to our next one. Removed girls from my Instagram for a girl. She's saying it's the bare minimum. All right, so basically what the title says, the girl I've been dating has previously been cheated on via social media and has made it clear that she's not happy with random girls in my following list. I said I would remove them for her when she's officially my girlfriend, but I decided to do it early as a gesture to show I'm serious about her. She then said, word for word, well, I will be checking each one of them and you better have a reason and story that checks out, warning you from now on. I was expecting a more positive response from her, so I said a thank you would have been nice. To which she responded, I'm not going to thank you for doing the absolute bare minimum. I feel like her response was a bit negative, but she is insisting that I am in the wrong for expecting her to show some appreciation for this. I have argued about it, so I am wondering if I am genuinely in the wrong here. Am I the asshole for expecting some level of appreciation for doing that of what is genuinely appreciation for doing that, or is that genuinely a bare minimum expectation that does not need to be appreciated or acknowledged? Dude, leave this girl. Leave this girl as fast as you can. This girl is going to be an absolute fucking nightmare to date. A nightmare to date. And you want to know why? Is because she is going to be controlling you in every aspect of your life. It starts with this little bullshit, all right? It starts with this crap. And I know why her fucking ex cheated on her. Because he was probably tired of her bullshit ass nagging over the dumbest shit and then calling it the bare minimum. Fuck that, bro. You need to leave this girl because, again, it starts with this, okay? Starts with this. Then she's going to be sitting there and trying to tell you who you can be friends with. Then she's going to try and tell you, oh, you can't do this. You can't go out and do that. You can't talk to this person. I don't like this person, so you shouldn't talk to them. You know, she might even go as far as, oh, no, I don't like the way you dress. You should dress differently. You know, it fits my vibe and style better. Nah, bro. You need to kick this girl to the curb immediately. Immediately. And then the fact that you're doing this for this girl and she's not your girlfriend, get the fuck out the simp gutter and go get your self-respect back, bro. The fuck are you doing? Who in the hell? And see, look, this is one of those things where women sit there and they say they want a man to be a leader, and then when he is said leader, they have a problem with it. And those kind of women, you need to just say peace and chicken grease to, because those kind of girls right there, they don't want a man who is a leader. They don't want a man who is going to actually, you know, take charge, be decisive, has confidence, all that. They don't want that kind of guy. No, they want the effeminate dude that they can just walk all over and talk about and talk to any old kind of way. And that's what you're being. You're being a bitch, bro. You are being her bitch. And that's why she's treating you that way, because she feels that she is better than you. She looks at it like, yeah, I am better than this dude, and he better do what I fucking say. Nah, bro, you need to ditch this girl and go get your fucking self-respect back, and you need to start putting your fucking foot down. Like, the fuck are we talking about here, man? Seriously, this is some bullshit. The fact that, like, the fact that you phrased, am I the asshole for expecting some, for her to, you know, say it nice, or is this genuinely that, bro, you're lost. You already lost, bro. You need to kick this bitch to the curb immediately and then go get your fucking self-respect back. It is insanity to me that dudes sit there and they will cuck themselves in relationships because they want to get pussy. It's wild to me that you're going to sit there and you're going to let a girl run your life because you want pussy. That's crazy to me. That is absolutely insane to me. You are a simp to the fucking max, bro. You need to drop this bitch, go get your self-respect back, and find a girl that is not going to sit there and fucking try to tell you what you can and can't do with your social media, and you're not even my girlfriend. The fuck? Bitch, you have no say over my social media. You're not my girlfriend. The fuck are we talking about here? No. Like, and then on top of that, the hell are you trying to qualify for her? Bro, she should be trying to qualify for you. The fuck are we talking about here? It blows my mind. The fact that you dudes be sitting in this. And that's why these girls get this hubris, bro. That's where these girls get this hubris from. Is because y'all niggas sit there and you do whatever they say. You let them push you around. And then what do they go and do? They cheat on you. And then you're sitting there, oh man, it's been 2 years. How could she do this to me? Oh. Yeah, because she's tired of fucking bossing your monkey ass around. That's what it is, because you don't got fucking nuts under your dick. You know what I mean? She looks at it like, yeah, oh, my man would never. Oh, my man's too much of a pussy to say anything to me. Like, bro, she doesn't respect you. The fuck are we talking about here? She doesn't respect you. She don't give a fuck about you. She doesn't care. And your monkey ass is just like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll do that. Whatever you want me to do. Yeah. Oh. And then you over here think you got self-respect because you're like, oh, yeah, thank you would be nice. Bro, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you're a simp, bro. You're a monkey simp to this girl. And if you don't leave this girl and go get your self-respect, I can't help you. I can't help you. You're cooked in this relationship. And I give this relationship 2 years max before she starts fucking on other dudes because you ain't got no spine. And she sees that. And she's just like, oh, yeah, I can go fuck other guys and you're not going to do anything about it. Where are you going to go? You ain't going to leave me. You're not going to break up with me because, Chad Thundercock over here is slapping me up. Like, come on, man. Come on, man. Again, if you don't leave this girl, I can't help you. And nobody else can help you either. You're going to have to leave this girl and go get your fucking self-respect, bro. And find a girl who actually is going to let you be a leader in the relationship. Let you be the man in the relationship. And you need to be the leader in the relationship. You need to be the fucking leader in the relationship. You need to put your fucking foot down and lead that shit. And if she doesn't want, if she is over here talking about, anything negative to your leadership, cool, bye. It's my way or the highway, baby girl. Like, the fuck are we talking about? That's why women walk around talking about, oh yeah, men are sassy. Oh yeah, there's so much effeminate men right now because those are the dudes. You're the dudes they're talking about. You're the simp ass nigga that they're talking about, bro. Because they sit there and they just monkey these dudes around and they're just like, bro, how can we respect this man if I can just monkey his ass around? Come on, man. That's crazy to me. That is crazy. No. Hey. You guys can yell at me in the comments about that one, man. But if he doesn't leave her, bro, that's crazy. All right, on to our next one, man. Am I overreacting? Am I the asshole? My husband slapped his sister's ass. Bro, what? Bro, what? Okay. My husband hasn't wanted to have sex in almost 2 years. Oh, bro. Oh, what the fuck? Okay. And has fully stopped touching me to any extent, even so much as a handhold. Tonight we got home from dinner with his sister, and I heard a loud smack. He slapped her ass. And this is not a normal thing for them to do. He's never physical with any of his family members. Even she was shocked by it, and we all laughed it off. But I can't help but feel bothered. He would never, ever think to be so playful with me. I'm not even mad at what happened. I don't think it was some inappropriate thing or whatever. I'm more upset because I feel like it's even more a reflection of our intimate lives. Am I overreacting? ETA, yes, I know it's a bigger issue. I'm just curious what takeaway is about this specific situation. Thank you. Okay. I think what it is he just doesn't find you attractive anymore. You might have gained some weight. You might not dress up anymore. You may not wear makeup the way you used to. There is something that you're lacking in that he's just not finding attractive anymore. And I think that's what it comes down to. I do think this comes down to you personally. I think you need to have a conversation with him, or maybe think about, what it was that, attracted, that he found attractive about you in the beginning. You know what I mean? Because this is mostly what it comes down to. And a lot of women don't like to admit it, but this is what it comes down to. A lot of women, what it comes down to is when they're in a relationship for a long time, they sit there and they blame relationship weight. And they gain a lot of weight. We're talking like 20, 30 pounds. You look different. Homeboy sees you naked a couple times. His dick can't stay hard in your coochie because, he's looking at the fucking flab on your stomach, and he doesn't like that. And then, slowly just kind of weans it off, and, you're kind of like, it doesn't matter that we don't really have sex all that much. Like, it is what it is. We still go on dates, and he kisses me, tells me he loves me, and it's all right. And then, that further comforts you, and then, you wear less makeup, you don't dress up as much, you know what I mean? You start to kind of like let things slip. And so I think what you need to do is you need to start just wanting to be more attractive for you, man. I said this in a previous episode. I don't get why we look at it like, oh, if my partner doesn't find me attractive anymore, instead of changing myself and making myself more attractive for my partner, I should just leave because you should take me how I am. That's retarded. That is probably the most retarded fucking concept this world has ever come up with. No, we should not take people on how they are. No, you should improve and want to be the best you possible for your partner. The fuck are we talking about here? Think about it like this. Look, as a man, I don't bust my ass to make money and be successful than to sit there and be like, oh yeah, no, I don't want a girlfriend. No. I go out and I bust my ass and I work hard. You know what I mean? I make sure, I don't have a haircut now, but you know what I mean? But you get haircuts, you wear cologne, you dress nice, you do your thing because you want to attract a girl. I want to look my best to get a girlfriend. But for some reason, women feel like, oh no, I don't have to do any of that. The guy should just like me for me. And it's like, no, you also should want to be in the gym, lose weight, and look your best. You should also want to, have your hair nice and done. You wear a little makeup, not too much, whatever the case may be. You want to look your best for what you're trying to attract. Like, I don't get this whole, oh no, you should take me how I am. I think that's complete bullshit. I think that is 1,000 complete bullshit. We as humans are looking our best and being our best to attract the best. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. It makes no sense why they sit there. Like, a lot of women will sit there, oh no, I do this for myself. No, you don't. No, you don't. You do this to be attractive to the opposite gender or the gender that you're attracted to. You don't do this for yourself. You know what I mean? If you did it for yourself, you'd be walking around your house in high heels and a tight dress. But you don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Guys don't bust their ass and buy nice cars and jewelry for themselves. We don't do that. We do it for women. Like, come on, guys. What are we doing here? Like, and people sit there and they wonder why dating is so cooked, and they wonder why, people leave over the smallest shit. It's that. It starts with this. It starts with the fact that nobody is willing to improve themselves for their partner. They sit there and they believe that, oh no, my partner should just take me how I am. No. Even when you're in a relationship with your partner, you should always be dating your partner as if it's the first month of the relationship. You guys should always be flirting with each other as if it's the first month of the relationship. You guys should always have the same energy that you guys have had for each other in the beginning. Like me, when I was in my past relationship with my ex-fiance, I always, and I mean always, would hit on her. I would always, take her out on dates as if it was like our first date. I would always do things for her. Like in our entire 5-year relationship, she never touched a car door a day in her life. Like if she was getting in the car with me, she never touched a car door ever. Why? Because I made sure that I was constantly improving myself to show that, hey, I love you. I got into the gym to stay fit for her. I made sure that I had haircuts to look nice for her. I made sure my beard always looked nice. You know what I mean? I even got like the little fucking skin pad thingies and made sure, my face wasn't oily because your boy gets oily, you know what I mean? And I made sure that so I didn't have acne. You know what I mean? That way she wasn't kissing a bumpy face. Like, bro. And she did the same. She would go to the gym, work out, keep her body right. And she also did it for health reasons. But it's just like, bro, when you find a partner that is constantly making themselves or improving themselves to stay attractive for you and to, stay in that level of the way it was in the first month, when you guys are on that same page, bro, the relationship is amazing. It's great. You know what I mean? You guys are always having sex. You guys are always sexually attracted to each other. You guys are always all over each other and stuff like that. But what happens is some people feel the need to be like, nah, I don't have to work out anymore because I got the girl. I don't have to work out anymore because I got the guy. I don't have to wear makeup anymore. I got the guy. Oh, I don't have to, dress up and do this stuff and that. I don't have to do these things anymore because, we've been together for 10 years. Oh, I don't have to do this anymore. Like, that is the worst mindset ever to have in a relationship. And if you have that mindset in a relationship, I could see why you're single. Yeah, because bro, or I can see why you got cheated on, or I can see why the person that you were previously with probably didn't want to be with you anymore, or sex fell off, or they didn't find you attractive anymore. Because bro, you have to understand, it's like, if you're not willing to improve and stay improving for your partner, then there's no point in being in that relationship with them. I'm sorry, there just isn't. There just isn't. It makes no sense to be in a relationship with a person who's not going to constantly uphold themselves for the betterment of their relationship. And if you're that type of person, well, then you don't really deserve to be in a relationship. If you're the type of person that sits there, oh, I don't need to change for nobody. All right, cool. Enjoy being by yourself, or enjoy getting cheated on. Because the moment that relationship gets old, then it's going to be a thing where you get comfortable and the dude's going to be like, and then he goes and finds a girl that isn't comfortable. And then guess what? That's the girl he's going to choose over you. And you wonder why. Oh, why am I getting cheated on? Oh. Well, yeah, because you got comfortable and you decided you didn't want to do anything to betterment the relationship. You didn't want to do anything to keep yourself, upheld in the relationship. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. I have no sympathies for people who do that. I just don't. I don't have any sympathies for you. I'm sorry. Because, and don't get me wrong, if it's a thing where it's like you're always, upkeeping yourself in the relationship and your partner is not, well then at that point, I think it's a point where it's like, okay, you need to have either a conversation, you guys need to communicate a little bit. And if they're not willing to do it, well then the relationship don't need to continue. I'm being honest with you. The relationship doesn't need to continue at that point. Because, again, if it's a thing where if you're in a relationship with somebody and you're constantly upholding yourself, you know what I mean? You're keeping yourself in shape. You're making sure that, you look your best for them and you're doing these things. You're trying to keep that, that spark and that youthfulness alive in the relationship. If you're trying to keep it doing that, then great, you're doing your part in the relationship. And if your partner is not, and you talk to them and they're like, nah, why do I have to do that? Oh, I don't want to have to do that. What do you mean? Like, we've been together for like 5 years. I don't have to get in the gym. I don't have to do this. Then that's not the partner for you. And that's just not the person for you. You should be with somebody who is going to uphold themselves and want to look good for you as you want to look good for them. I said this in a previous one, and I got so much backlash, and people are like, oh, you should accept them how they are. That is terrible, terrible advice, and it's why dating is so cooked nowadays. Oh, man, but you guys can go ahead and scream about me at that one in the comments as well. All right, we're going to get on to our next one. Am I the asshole for telling my parents about my super religious boyfriend? Okay. I-34 female ran into a close friend, let's call her Z from college, a few days ago, who I had lost touch with. Z and I had been in the same program and both our dads worked together. I took down her new number and tried to make plans to meet up, but she kept making excuses. I kind of lost it on her yesterday and asked her what her issue is. She tried to deny it at first, but I called her out on a few things. She told me she despises me because I betrayed her and almost cost her her life. Life as she know it, not literally her life. Okay. When we were in college, our other friends and I caught her flirting with a guy over the phone. We came up behind her while she was talking to him and listened to the conversation. She told us after some teasing that it was her boyfriend, but that we needed to keep it to ourselves because no one knows about them and her parents are super religious and strict. I'm an only child. My mom has always been more like a best friend than a parent, and I usually tell her most things about my life. A year later, I accidentally let it slip to her about Z having a boyfriend, but asked her to keep it to herself. She said she will keep it to herself, and I didn't think anything of it after. One day, as I was coming home from classes, I heard my mom telling my dad about Z having a boyfriend in context of another conversation they were having, just not as gossip. Though she was kind of throwing her under the bus, I told Z the next day that my mom may have told my dad, so she isn't blindsided in the case he says anything about it to her parents. I also apologized profusely. She was mad for a few days, but eventually she said she understood. I didn't really connect it at the time, but that's when she started drifting away, and she yelled at me, told me she didn't just drift away. She made a conscious decision to distance herself from me. She said I showed her I couldn't be trusted. That's kind of facts, won't lie to you. That I basically put her in a situation in which she could have been forced to quit school and get married if her parents had found out about her boyfriend. Apparently, it's common occurrence in her culture, or disowned by family. She said she had never imagined this is how I would pay her back for her goodwill. She gave me a ride both ways for a year for free, even though I lived a little out of the way. And if she knew back then what kind of asshole I was going to turn out to be, she never would have befriended me. I tried to reason with her, saying it had been an honest mistake, that I could apologize for back then and done what I could to make it right. I also pointed out that nothing had happened, so she doesn't really have a reason to still be mad. She said that doesn't matter because I still betrayed her trust because she had explicitly told us no one could know about it. I told her if she knew the consequences were severe, she shouldn't have been dating someone and risking it all, which is on her. So am I the asshole? Yes, you are, because you decided to throw your negligence back on her, which I thought that was fucked up. Like, oh, well, if it was so horrible, then you shouldn't have even told me at all. Bitch, the fuck are you talking about? I thought I could trust you, and that's why I told you. But you showed me that I couldn't trust you, so I'm good, bro. I'm good. I don't want to be your friend anymore. And rightfully so. Rightfully so. If I tell you something in confidence and then you go blurt it out to everybody, you're not my friend. You're not my friend. You're a gossip machine. You're the type of person who sits there and you get a kick out of talking about other people. Like, no, I'm not going to be friends with that kind of person. No, thank you. You are somebody I can't trust. You're a gossiper and you're a backstabber. You're a bad friend. Sorry to say it. You're a bad friend. That's the type of person that you are. And you sat there and you wanted to throw it back on her, talking about, oh, well, then she shouldn't have told me if it was that dire. Oh, no, bro. She trusted you. She trusted you with that level of information. She trusted you to not say anything to anyone, and you didn't have to say anything to anyone. You could have, like, when I get told things about somebody and they're like, don't say anything to nobody, they will tell me the information and I will forget it. I don't even remember it. I won't even bring it up in conversation. I won't even think about it because I know that this was something that I was not told to share. So I'm not going to share it. But the fact that you shared it goes to show that you can't be trusted. You're a bad friend. Yeah, you really are. And I think Z is well within her rights to be like, bro, I can't trust you. You're a bad friend, and I don't want to be friends with you anymore. All right? That was pretty simple. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments. All right, let's get right on into our last scenario for today's episode. If you're still here and you're not triggered and mad at your boy, let's get on into our last one. Shit. I didn't do announcements for today's episode. Wow. Okay. That sucks. So we'll do them right now. Patreon.com/My The Asshole Podcast. Get an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenario to be featured on the Tuesday and Sunday show. All right. Patreon, get on there, man. $3 a month. I also have a link. If you are a 7-day free trial member or you are a full paid member, you can listen to all of the Spotify episodes. All of the Patreon episodes on Spotify. All right. You can check all the episodes out there. You don't have to listen to them on Patreon. You can listen to them on Spotify, which I think is amazing. So definitely check that out. Links are down in the description. As long as you're a 7-day free trial member or you are a full paid member, you will be able to have access to that. All right. Free episodes are also in there as well. Audio listeners, thank you guys so much for all the support, man. You guys have been killing it. Killing it, man. Oh my goodness. This year I had a goal to pretty much have 100 downloads per episode. And if I'm being honest with you, you guys have been killing that. Pretty much, I would say, since about maybe March of this year to now, we have been having 100 downloads on every episode. And that is just thanks to you guys, if I'm being honest with you. So thank you guys so much for all that support. That really helps out a lot. It's something I can't fathom, and it's amazing to kind of have a milestone or have a goal set, and then you guys hit that goal. It's amazing for me, and I do appreciate that so very much. All right, so keep downloading the episodes as well as rating us 5 stars. It's probably because we changed to my time midnight release, so the episodes come out midnight my time. Which is Pacific Standard Time. And so I think that helps you guys out. The episode's already out for you guys. You guys can just check out the episode right when you wake up, right when you get off work, whatever it may be. You guys can check out the episode, and that's super awesome. I love that. So I do appreciate it. All that. It's amazing. If you want to help out even more, go ahead and follow us on Instagram, TikTok, as well as subscribing on YouTube. All of that is free, and it does help, man, so very much. If you want to catch a live stream, we live stream every Friday, Sunday, and Monday. I have been a little inconsistent with the streams. I do apologize for that. Life has just been lifing, these past few weeks. And so I've been trying to be consistent with the streams as much as I possibly can. But yes, I do stream every Friday, Sunday, and Monday when I can. So if you want to check out a live stream, talk to your boy, hang out with me, ask me some questions about my personal life, or just get to know me, whatever it is, man. I'm a very open book. I like to talk to you guys, get to know you guys, all that good stuff. And yeah, man, come hang out. We play some video games, we talk shit, we have a good time. So without further ado, let's get into our last scenario for today's episode. So this one is, what do I do? Why are men like this? Okay. I've been dating for a while now, and when I first met him, he didn't really have a social life. It was just work, home, and video games. I've always been more of a social butterfly. When we started dating, I let him know whenever I had plans with my friends, but after a while, he started saying I was taking time away from us. I felt like he was trying to guilt trip me, which made no sense. So I slowed down a bit, but even then he'd be like, no, I don't mind you hanging out with your friends, and then flip it the next time I went out, saying the same thing again. Eventually I just started telling him I was home when I really wasn't, because I wanted to enjoy myself without the drama. The next thing is, he'd only bring it up when he knew I was out. Like suddenly he realized that time could have been spent together, and most of the time he was the one pushing me to hang out whenever he knew I had free time. Then the other day he called me codependent. Honestly, I think he's projecting. It feels way more like him than me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, in this situation, I think what happens is, you got to understand, a lot of guys don't understand really like what they want out of a woman. Okay. And what I mean by this is a lot of guys sit there and they say, oh yeah, I want a girl who's going to be at home all the time, or I don't mind dating a girl that goes out, and I'll go out with her and all this kind of, like, a lot of guys will say things to get with you, and then once they're with you, they change shit up, and then of course they don't want to lose you, or it maybe they don't want to come off as like what's it called, not necessarily toxic, but they don't want to come off as controlling, or they don't want to come off as a bad dude or whatever. And so then they'll kind of bend the rules a little bit and let you go out and do what you want to do, and it is what it is. But what it is for him is he's the type of guy that he wants you there, but not there, if you know what I mean. Like I'm at my desk playing video games and you're sitting on my bed. That's what he thinks spending time is. Okay. Spending time for him is not you guys actively doing things together, but it's you guys just being in the same room, not really interacting with each other all that much. You guys may interact with each other here and there, but that's about it. That's his idea of spending time together. And if that's not your idea of spending time together, then honestly, I don't think this relationship is going to work, because again, if you're a social butterfly and you like to be out and all that kind of stuff, well, then I think you would have to date a guy who is a little more willing to every once in a while go out with you and do that kind of stuff. Or he's like, instead of hanging out with your friends, I can take you out. Because that's the type of guy I am. As much of a homebody as I am, when I do have a girlfriend and when I do date, I look at it like, I don't want you out with your friends and all that kind of stuff. I will take you out. We'll go have fun, and you can scratch that going out itch without, me worrying about you going out and I got to worry about you calling me and all this kind of shit. And because for one, it's a safety thing where if you're out with your friends and some dude doesn't know that no is no, you know what I mean? And then I got to fucking go down there and deal with that bullshit. Can't stand that. Or, something happens and you get hurt and I'm not there. I hate that. That's why I'm not a big proponent with, girls going out to clubs and doing all that kind of stuff. I don't think you should be going out to clubs and nightlife and all that kind of stuff if you got a boyfriend anyway, because it's like, what do you need to be doing all that for? You know what I mean? Obviously, clubs are social places to meet and mingle. They are not places to go if you are in a relationship, if I'm being straight with you. But I mean, if you guys go out and you guys go to dinner, you go to brunch, or you know what I mean, you guys go to a little event or whatever, okay, it doesn't matter. But yeah, so it's just one of those things. You got to find somebody who's just a little more compatible with you as far as like wanting to go out. Yeah, you can find a guy who does like to be a bit of a shut-in a little bit, but he's going to want to take you out. He's like, look, don't hang out with I don't want you to hang out with your friends. Like, I'll take you out. We'll go do something. I got something planned. You know what I mean? You might want to find a guy that's like that, because I think the shut-in dudes are probably her type. You know what I mean? And so since they're her type, you might want to find a guy who is willing to be a little out of his comfort zone when it comes to you. You know what I mean? He wants to go out and stuff like that. Because that's how I am. I'm a homebody like a motherfucker. But when it comes to my girl, I don't mind taking her out and going doing stuff and having a good time. You know what I mean? Because I'd rather her go out with me than her go out with her friends. Or her go out, with some old random motherfuckers that I don't know. You know what I mean? So, yeah. That's just kind of how I look at it. But not all men are like that, though. No, that's a very small minority of guys, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, you're just going to have to find a dude who just fits you a little more, like, I don't want to say personality wise, but just wants to be out and about a little bit more. Sure, he could be a homebody, but when it comes to you, he wants to get out and have a good time. So, I don't know. You guys let me know what you think about it in the comments, though. I'm going to go ahead and end today's episode. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Appreciate you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday for more of King of Wrath, right? That's what it's called. Yeah, I think it's called A King of Wrath. They're probably going to fuck in the next couple chapters. I'm excited for that because they're already talking about it. All her friends are just like, what? You guys haven't fucked yet? Oh my God, I bet he's got a big penis. So, you know what I mean? They're going to fuck everyone. I give it maybe like 2 chapters. I give it 2 chapters and they'll probably fuck. You know what I mean? I ain't going to lie to you. But love you guys all. I'll see you on Thursday. And peace and chicken grease.